Here we are with Chronicles of Darkness, Creepy Rashomon Marine Buffet, Mage the Awakening, 2nd edition, The Fallen World Chronicles, Episode 1. We're in August 2017 still. I am Devin the GM, and to my left we have...
Nicole playing Leo Kelly. My mage name is Pandemonium. No, my mage name is Persephone.
Kevin is Kaiser Vargas, or Leviathan.
Peter as Fyodor Vladislavovich Patrov, also known as Alexei Graf, also known as the Magister.
Wait, what was that middle name? Alexei Graft?
Yeah, it's like fake human name, Alexei Graf.
Oh, okay, you took like an alternate. Okay, I gotcha. I thought Alexei was your sire's name for me. Anyway, here we are, a new game.
He's not going to stand up against anything, you realize, unless you took alternate identity.
I think alternate is even more so, but whatever.
Alright, so here we are with the Mage game. You've obviously listened to Vampire, because that came before this, and it's obviously out right now. And you also probably listened to the Mage introduction we've definitely recorded by the time this has been published. So, you know these characters, and this setting, and this place, and what Mage is, and the 2nd edition. So, let's 2 minutes in, just move along to the Magening. Alright guys, why don't we describe really briefly how each of you became awakened in the fallen world.
Same order?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going for my morning run, as I always do, and I was stabbed and mugged. I was brought to the hospital, but I had basically been kicked out of my body and had a kind of a spiritual experience.
So Caesar for the last game kicked you and tried to get some blood of you. Just joking.
So you were mugged and awakened.
Yes.
Perfect. Caesar, how did you awaken?
Okay, he was coming down as the submarine that takes people down to Atlantis 1. Heading down, and he passed through the submarine and fell to the bottom of the trench in a kind of, long dream that lasted maybe a few weeks.
You were in a mild to light coma.
Yeah, and just spiritually, he walked along the bottom of the trench and came across the bones of a gigantic whale creature who spoke to him. And yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
I have a question.
And
No, sorry, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Couple weeks real time, or your ghost thought it was that long, or
His ghost thought it was that long.
But it was actually only a few seconds real time?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's important to know.
And
Fyodor was designing something architectural, probably some building or some layout for the streets for a while, and got a revelation because he was so good at it that he reached a supernal realm with it.
It's very plausible.
Yeah.
Alright, so you three awakened. What are your orders?
We're all silver ladder.
Sorry. What's your path?
I'm Moros.
Crisis.
And Obrimos.
And you're all part of the Silver Ladder for simplicity's sake. We had a version where Peter was going to play a Seer of the Throne, and it just did not work out.
Yeah, too complicated.
Alright. So, you awakened, you are those paths, you are that order, and you were found by your mentor, who is a woman in her 40s, whose wizard name is Bliss. She's a Mastigos. She's also part of the Silver Ladder, and induct you into the mysteries of the awakened world and the Pentacle, comprised of the Diamond and the Free Council and their endless war against the Seers of the Throne. Autobots fight their endless war against the... Exactly.
I'm just a little distracted by the 40-year-old.
Why?
More of a mother figure than a grandmother figure.
I mean, she's
Doesn't take
40.
care of
If
herself.
this was a
It's
TV
fine.
series or a movie, she'd be a witch. I made her an old person just like you asked. She's 40.
I mean, Fyodor's that age, so...
He's clearly a man-witch.
Man.
What was your path?
Obrimos?
If you said Acanthus, that'd be perfect because they're man-witches.
No.
So yes, your grandmotherly mentor figure, who's a little like Lily Tomlin.
In the 80s.
No, in real life. She's 40, Nicole. God
Stop
damn
making it
it.
difficult.
She's an evil stepmother or a witch or a grandmother figure. Do you
Now,
even
now,
watch
kids.
television or movies?
It's like you don't know how age works.
Do you even television?
Do you even movie?
Uh,
James Bond is going out with 20-year-olds when he's 60. Anyway. Yeah, she found you guys and fixed your shit.
give us a quick rundown of
Not a quick rundown. She's been crash coursing you for the last like month, maybe month and a half tops.
Okay.
But however long it's been, it's irrelevant because it's Halloween.
Oh, man.
Halloween night. And I want to say you wake up like a vampire and begin this new creepy night, but it's like 8 a.m. and your various alarm clocks and, in the case of Kaisar, nothing goes off to wake you up from the day.
Wow.
Oh shit! Fucking Lord the cat. All right, we'll get to that. So starting on the left, your alarm clock that I assume you have.
Goes off at 5 a.m.
Okay, you're up.
I'm gonna go for a run. I'm still gonna go for a run even though I got stabbed because now I can protect myself.
Because you're in Mage. You run through Crime Park. Jonathan Crime donated that park after the city was done construction. Do you go by the spooky tree where that dude was disappeared?
What dude was disappeared?
You have a dude that you have an obsession with finding.
And once again, he did not go disappeared in the park. That was his guy. My guy disappeared on the way home from work, and no one knows where, how, or when.
He might have been going by the park.
I don't know a specific spooky tree.
Could have been Crime Park.
I mean, go by
By the hangman's tree.
Go by where the dog was found.
We don't know about the dog yet, Peter.
Oh no! My past self. Other self.
So you go for a run. You got your fucking leg and arm warmers on, your headphones, your band shirt.
Sure.
All right. Well, the city is alive with the sound of water because you always hear that creak every once in a while against the dome, and the nice morning music they play, and the birds singing because they have actual birds down here. And shut the fuck up, seagulls that are outside our window.
There's the owls.
I know, right? Yeah, you're just running along. People are out and about. There's some people who leave it up for different hours on different shifts because the different national domes keep different times. So, the city's kind of always booming. The overhead light systems they have, the ambient lights adjust for a day-night cycle. So,
Yes.
it's just starting to warm itself up because it's fall, so the sun doesn't usually quote-unquote come up for a little while. A lot of owls, though. They're over there by the hangman's tree in Crime Park.
There's a suspicious amount of owls hanging around a tree.
Yeah.
Fucking flame
Okay, I'm
vermin.
going to go check that out.
There's like 7 owls.
That's a suspicious amount considering I've never seen an owl in my life. What, is this a fucking Harry Potter convention?
This is the 80s, honey.
I know.
This would be an Artemis Fowl convention.
Hocus pocus.
There's no owls in Hocus Pocus.
Also, Hocus Pocus is in the 80s.
Okay.
Damn it, Peter. At least pretend to have existed outside of when the wall fell. Alright, there's a tree. It's a big, gnarly, old tree that shouldn't be this old, but they imported it and, dug it down here.
I love how opulent that is to make it seem like the city has history.
Yeah.
Which also is great for fucking ghosts, but okay, moving on from that.
Yeah, it has one branch larger than the others that goes out at a parallel angle from it, or a perpendicular angle.
And this thing.
And there's like rope marks on it and stuff.
Roof hanging from it. Is that higher?
I'm going to use magic. But just one moment here.
You want me to pause?
Yeah.
We do our first magicking.
Straight up.
And we're back. So, Nicole, being a mage, is going to take a dot. She has life, and you have a dot in life.
I have 2 dots in life.
You have 2 dots in life, so you use the 1 dot power to speak with animals. And she rolled, and she invoked her shadow name. And what'd you get? How many successes?
2 successes.
Like a 9 and a 10?
Yes.
You rolled a 10.
I already rolled a 10. It
Oh,
wasn't a success.
So with 2 successes, and you only need 1, the spell goes off. So for the next, based on the potency, or the duration, like week, you can just talk to animals, but you just, let go of the spell later. Because why would you keep it? Anyway, there's a bunch of owls on the tree. They're pecking away at owl stuff.
So, firstly though, before I cast a spell, I made sure there was no one else hanging around.
Okay.
Just to point that out there. But
You invoke the supernal realm and bring up a true symbol of speaking with animals through life, the watchtower of life. Plato's cave imagery.
going to like take some grain out of my pocket and like spread it out for them. I don't know if owls eat grain. Owls don't eat grain, they eat mice.
Animals are carnivores.
Whatever. Why are you all here?
There's food here.
On this tree?
Yes.
Are there any like holes in there where like squirrels or whatever would live?
There are. Someone's drilled a bunch of holes into the top of the tree and put owl feeding pellets.
Could just roll perception.
Take wisdom check.
Right?
And like someone's put a sign in front of the tree that says Hangman's Tree, and we've put a noose under the tree. This day's Halloween.
Okay.
They're pulling up the things and they're eating them. Their beaks are all covered in like meat and stuff. Words cannot describe the look Nicole is giving us, listeners.
And then Nicole
I'm gonna
says,
take down that noose because it's dangerous. And also I'm cranky.
I would like to ride a frenzy.
Roll a frenzy.
Alright, cool. Well, bye.
Death smite. Bye.
And then I'm gonna continue on.
As you're going by, because it's nighttime, an owl swoops by and grabs a bat out of the air and drags it down by the tree, and they all start pecking at it.
Fucking bats.
Owls hunt bats.
They both shit everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
Fucking city.
Alright.
I'm not sure how they would deal with that. I think the parks might have like a mesh screen around them to stop the birds from getting everywhere and just leaving shit and owl droppings all over the place, caking the buildings in them.
Just host it down.
No one wants that either.
No.
Also, no one wants to see an owl get sucked into an intake vent and sprayed all over a preschool. Who?
It's a hoot and a half.
Who's responsible? It's a
LaCroix,
mystery.
LaCroix.
Jesus. But yes, you continue on your run. Speaking with the owls, though, you can now understand what owls want.
Yep.
Kevin! Your alarm's gonna wake you up. What's up, buddy? And by your alarm, I mean, you know, your life.
Your cat.
Yeah, not much actually.
I mean, there is much. Your face is wet.
Oh god. Okay, what caused that?
Eartha Kitt is standing above your head with a cup of water and is slowly pouring it onto your face.
Gonna kind of raise my hand over my head as the water spills over the pillow instead.
She's just still doing it.
Good morning to you.
She drops the cup on the floor. Morning, darling. Somebody knocked over some water. I tried to warn you about it.
That's really unfortunate.
To give listeners a breakdown of what is going on here when I said Eartha Kitt. Kevin, do you want to give the listeners a lowdown?
Sure. I have a familiar. It is a spirit who possessed Kaiser's cat. And it has the ability to assume a human form. That human form happens to be, you know, Batman celebrity Eartha Kitt.
Season 3 Catwoman,
Yes.
Eartha Kitt.
So all the powers of a cat and a spirit.
All the powers of a cat and a spirit, and all the powers of an Eartha Kitt. So yeah, you wake up, she is dressed in like an evening like party gown. She has a stole around her neck. And she's just, you know, on the counter is another glass of water, and she's just kind of stretching and moving her hand to push it over.
Killer Queen.
Kind of take my pillow and kind of throw it in that direction so it doesn't crash all over the floor.
This place is really unstable, darling. It's all these volcanic activities. They're moving the plates around.
It's just...
The tectonic plates, not the plates in the kitchen that fell over.
So there's a bunch of broken glass hanging from strings all across the ceiling, like making shapes on the walls and stuff like that. A bunch of colored glass and stuff like that. There's a light hanging from a string in the middle, leaving shadows.
Oh yeah.
All kinds of stuff. It's from all the broken plates and glasses, and just gone through so many.
You should buy sturdier cutlery, darling. And you shouldn't keep it out. Why aren't you putting this stuff away? Someone could trip and fall. Oh, it would be the end of us, dear. The end of us. Water would fall on that electronic monstrosity in the front. The place would catch fire. You'd suffocate. And what would happen to me? I'd be on the street, starving, dead, deprived of life.
You don't do that to a cat.
That'd be a tragedy. Just a fucking tragedy.
The papers wouldn't publish for a week in mourning, darling. It'd be a catastrophe.
So, food?
Yes, I was thinking food.
Yes.
Let's go get sushi. From the good place.
The good place. There'd probably be a lot of good sushi places around here. All things
You
considered.
think?
Fucking fresh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take Eartha Kitt in her human form to the sushi place. Not down the street, but several blocks down the street.
Yeah, not the
To
place you
good
get
one.
delivered to your door. That place sucks.
Place you usually need reservations from. At what, like?
You slept in at 7 a.m. They're open already. They're 24 hours. They're on Japanese dome time.
Oh yeah.
Like the atrocious little metal troll. The horrible man that your mother introduced us to.
Oh yeah.
Mother? Bliss, your mentor, teacher.
Oh yes, her. Definitely not my mother.
Either way.
Not my matriarch.
Speaking of which, you're going to meet up with your schoolmates.
Fuck. Was there a meeting today? I have like one of those felt pen things on the wall for like schedules and stuff like that. Did I actually schedule something, or was it just?
She kind of looks over at the calendar. I can't read from this far away. I don't have my glasses.
Can you actually read? I've never actually checked.
Are you saying I can't read? That's insensitive, darling. It's no wonder you're single and alone and barely providing for someone like me.
I guess it can't because I have a 40-something strange woman living in my house.
40-something?
Darling,
My heart cries sympathy, but the back of my hand.
Kevin, meet Kevin.
So yeah, I guess we're just going to the sushi place after. Well, I've already showered. So.
Yeah. Alright. That is your morning. Shooting the shit about stuff.
About stuff.
Fyodor. You're awake in your lofty apartment architect penthouse.
Yeah, I think I moved to my sanctum or what have you now. Place where I have my mana, or probably some sort of mansion.
You have a bat cave now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Very good. Very Michael Keaton.
So we're gonna make this all about Batman now?
I mean, not all of it. Some of it.
Okay.
Alright, well, you wake up in your underground lair. What does it look like?
It's probably one of those, bunkers that Iron Man had. Something similar. So, very utilitarian, I suppose.
Okay. And this place, generates mana and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
It generates mana, so probably it's on some intersection of some ley lines or what have you.
Did you do that thing where you tear out a part of your soul to do a thing?
I think I would need to buy that separately. I didn't have enough dots for a sanctum tree or something like that. Later. So yeah, no, it's just a hollow and a safe place.
Very good. Well, you're awake in your magical sanctum.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, One of my obsessions or aspirations is to map the ley lines, so I guess I'm examining some maps and I just want to figure out where to go next today to study it and see what sort of magical resonance it has.
Alright, how have you been studying this stuff?
Going to there, using my prime site to figure out what the ley lines are and start mapping them onto a map. You know, how they intersect and go to the city. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take some of my maps and go to my little cart and drive somewhere to, you know, start examining it on the prime site.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're investigating ley lines, how would you further that investigation?
Well, probably I took the whole map of Atlas 1, divided into some sectors, and like, okay, let's go through this methodically. Okay, I haven't been here, so let's well go here, feel out the vibe here, and try tracing over the maps. And okay, the ley lines roughly here, what have you. Basically, I guess I could go under the cover of being a architect, inspector, you know, inspecting the building, making sure nothing's falling apart or going the under tunnels to get closer to the ground where I suppose the ley lines would be in the underbelly. And yeah, going through various tunnels and figuring things out.
Alright, and you want to do that now, so where are you going to go?
Probably still examining the main dome.
Probably, yeah. It's only been a month and a half. Probably
Yeah.
got a lot of headway. These domes are big.
Yeah, so
Yeah, where you heading?
I don't know, some park.
There are several parks in the Promenade Dome because it's built for tourism.
Yeah. I don't know which park is there because I don't think we've listed it, so any park or...
Any park? Alright, you're in Venture
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess
It's a nice picnic area that has a pond with a river system going through it that circles back in on itself. There are sequoia trees, geese.
So I guess I'll cast my spell to be able to see that. Let's see.
And we're back. So, Peter rolled how many dice?
I rolled 8 dice, got 8 successes with various rerolls and all that.
Alright, so Peter got an exceptional success in spellcasting. Peter, an exceptional success. What does that do for the listeners?
Let's see. Exceptional success. I
Get back a willpower, I think,
Yeah.
and then there's a bunch of bonuses you can do to modify your spell, including taking
yeah, I can
conditions or whatever.
I get a bonus step in the primary factor. I can get a bonus of reach in the spell factor. I can get a condition that gives me arcane beads when it's resolved. I can get all the mana I spent on the spell, or I can ignore any withstand levels. So I'll probably just take some condition for later.
Perfect.
That's
All right. So you scan the area for ley lines.
Yeah.
There isn't a ley line in this park, but the spell, if there isn't one here, tells you points in the direction of one nearby.
Yeah.
And it does point you in the direction of a nearby node,
Okay.
which the other investigations you've done will help you zero in on it.
Yeah.
What's the word? GPS style?
Pinpoint.
Pinpoint style? We have a bunch. Triangulating.
Yeah.
There we are. That's the word. So yeah, this will help you triangulate where the nearest node in the Promenade Dome near this park is.
Okay.
Perfect. Probably the next one you do that succeeds will help you actually just like be able to get to it exactly.
Sure thing.
Because you've already had one before. Before when you first were starting this, so this is the second one. You just need one more, and then you can just cross right into it. Though it is indicating that it's down, like under your feet.
Okay.
So that might mean sewers.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Perfect. All right, well, that's the morning. Lunch rolls around for you guys. Do you guys do anything collectively?
I guess we could meet up.
I'm thinking we should, otherwise it's going to be 3 solo games.
Exactly. That's right. All right, where do you guys communally meet up as mages, the wise, awakened, supernal warriors?
We can go for Atlantis Burger, because we eat now.
You eat now.
I mean, I guess we can hang out at McDonald's, but I mean...
Like the mages we are.
I mean, it's cheap.
How much resources do you guys have?
3.
2? That's huge.
3, so yeah, we can afford something better if you want. You always go to the sushi place and make some cat happy.
She's just like, I just ate sushi. I eat sushi all the time now.
I mean,
She says that she says that we'll share preferences for restaurants, but it's a lie.
I mean, cats, you know, they eat, then they throw up, and they eat some more because they can.
Thankfully, she has to actually spend essence on being a human, so she can't just be it constantly.
She'll help you find a workaround for that.
Also, she can't be around 2 people too much, because they can roll and notice that she's a fucking cat.
Really?
Yep.
Sucks to be her. Sucks to be Eartha Kitt.
Witnesses may make a wits plus composure minus finesse roll to realize that something is wrong.
I don't know.
There you go. So you guys meet up. Where do you meet up together communally?
Somewhere quiet. Probably a cafe. Or a quiet, sleazy bar or something.
There's no place more empty than a morning to lunch arcade place. On a school night.
Yeah, actually, that way I can get poutine. That sounds good.
Mm.
There you go. All right.
Forgot you were Canadian.
Hey.
You're at an arcade place. It's called No Windows, No Clocks.
It's just called what the trick they use to trick people.
Yeah, it's like flashing bright neon.
Well, I'm glad they're honest about it.
No windows, no clocks?
Clocks.
Clocks. Cool.
Alright, it's an arcade place. It has a little dining area for not children that, like, you know, you can sit down and just have 5 fucking minutes to yourself.
People that don't like children.
Parents. There are arcade machines, and, like, there's a few people here and there off doing their own thing. Yeah, you're all sitting down, hanging out, 3 of you.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, you know, same old, same old.
Going fairly well. I forgot that it was Halloween this morning.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I haven't even noticed.
Hmm?
I haven't even noticed.
The waitress walks up wearing cat ears and a cattail and a black leotard. It's like, would you like pumpkin coffee with spook-o fries?
Yes! What are Spooko fries?
They're potato rounds with a spooky face carved into them.
I definitely want those, and I definitely want pumpkin coffee. That sounds amazing.
Sure thing. Would you like anything else?
Yeah, I'll get a poutine and a pumpkin coffee.
Okay, a murder scene-ine,
Oh, Christ.
or a crime teen. They're going to call it a crime teen.
Can I get bacon on that?
Yep, we will add more bodies.
Oh my. Now, coffee.
What would you like in your coffee?
Alcohol?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It's 11:05, sir. I'm afraid we don't serve coffee till 11:45
I think you mean alcohol.
with alcohol in it.
Okay, then just make it black.
Okay, 1 midnight coffee. And she walks away.
It must be so obnoxious having to relearn all the menu with all these stupid names.
Kaiser pulls out a police officer's flask. He's like, no, I got you covered.
I got myself covered.
You look over the prize area.
Oh, I thought you meant for money. I was like, how does you
no, buy your
having
own
a
dinners.
police?
Over in the prize area for tokens are also flasks. Your food gets served up. Everything is on a little, what do you call it, a garnish bed of candy corn. And not in the food, but like,
That's really
you know they have like a little garnish thing in the baskets?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's candy corn just off to the side.
Oh, hey, they brought us garbage.
I actually don't know what candy corn tastes like. I've never had it.
Yeah, that.
I've never had candy corn.
What is wrong with you two?
I know what it looks like.
It tastes like sugar.
It tastes like Halloween.
You know, it's better than those toffees you get that come in like the pumpkin wrapper.
I love
Those are
toffees.
amazing!
You're awful.
I love those toffees. They take forever to eat though because they're so chewy.
What are they called? Mary Janes or something like that?
I
That's
hope
what they're
not.
actually called, is Mary Janes.
Alright, so.
So,
This coffee's really good. A lot more places should sell pumpkin coffee around Halloween. I bet it would sell really big.
It'll never catch on. Pumpkin spice.
see,
It's not even pumpkin spice, it's pumpkin. Like there's like bits of like pumpkin and whipped cream in it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh.
It's pretty good. Your character likes it. Your character thinks it's pretty good.
You don't get to tell me what my character thinks,
Your
Devin.
character also likes
It's magically
arm warmers.
enchanted. It's going on you. Someone casts a
My
spell
character
on
also
you.
likes what?
Arm warmers and leg warmers.
Right.
Who wouldn't? Scrunchies and shit?
Keeps you warm.
We're eating ambrosia. This was a terrible idea.
At least we're not drinking absinthe.
We're never leaving this place.
Ah.
What were you saying?
Let's see. I've been doing some rounds recently, and I think I'm almost close to pinpointing another note around here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't remember what a node is.
Okay.
Like just where magic is.
Yeah, pretty much. You have those ley lines that go through the landscape like rivers. That's something they cross, and that's where the nodes are. I think I, sort of go down. Still need to do some more investigation, but yeah, somewhere beneath the surface here.
Out of character. What is the significance of that?
Sometimes on the nodes you have hallows plus nodes are useful generally for all this because I can cast some magic there easier, plus some supernatural stuff might be going there because hey, everything probably likes those things like spirits and werewolves and sometimes some vampires.
Okay.
Magic happens there. How about you two?
You pause.
Sure.
Straight up.
And we're back. So, gang, what are you doing on this All Hallows Eve? Let's grab lunch.
I don't really have anything better to do, so walking along the ley lines doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
Sure. What do you think, Leo?
Yeah, sure.
Should we meet with Bliss as well today? GM?
Yeah, she's around. She's probably at her place.
I don't really know how mages work. Like, is she our boss?
No, she's your mentor. She teaches you stuff.
She's just a friendly lady that's teaching us magic out of the goodness of her heart.
She's a friendly 40-year-old grandma.
She's not a 40-year-old girl.
I mean, you don't know. Don't fucking assume her life.
Out of the kindness of her heart, because she got to us and we joined the Silver Ladder rather than being picked up by the Seers of the Throne or
The
the
Freemasons.
Free Council.
She likes the Free Council. Everyone likes the Free Council. They're, vagabonds.
Yeah, they're
They're the littlest
they're
hobo.
hanger-ons, that upstarts. That's how they consider them.
They're alright, they just don't know any better.
They're Carthians.
Yeah, basically.
Carthage must be destroyed.
They're the Carthian equivalent.
Carthage must fall.
If you want to go meet your mentor, who just will teach you stuff, maybe ask favors of you or whatever, ask you to help out in her work. But, yeah. Other than that, she's like, nice.
Oh,
I guess it would be good to meet with her today, see whether she...
Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
Establish her as a character.
Yeah. And yeah, then we can just go along the ley lines.
Ditch the old woman and do something interesting.
let's go talk to her and ask her if Halloween's a real thing or if it's just nonsense that Muggles made up. I don't say Muggles in character, but,
No Megs.
You don't have time powers, you're not allowed to do that.
Oh my god, you can just be Genie if you're fucking having time powers.
Okay. So let's go to Bliss's place.
Bliss has a chapel, a Wiccan chapel, in the Promenade Dome that also has a greenhouse attached to it.
Good thing I'm in my persona, otherwise I wouldn't want to be seen walking into a Wiccan chapel. Although I do kind of sell, like, you know...
It looks eerily similar to your place.
Right.
You even recognize some of the plants being grown in there.
Mandragoras.
Yeah, that's what those are.
It's got highest mandragora, guys. You're gonna roll that up and smoke it, and it's totally illegal.
Yeah, she's a Mastigos, which means they're psychonauts. She's all about the mind.
Mind wipe.
How many times have we gone on this adventure, Master? And she's like, oh, last time you were vampires. Stupid fucks.
I can see past your character sheets.
Yeah, it looks like a little tiny, like, Old South church. Like a little, like, you know, those little chapels with a little bell tower and the shingled roofs look super out of place down here.
Okay.
But it's on a plot of land. There's a greenhouse behind it. The greenhouse has plants from all over the world, you know, in it. There's also like a little bug area. So you have like a little cage full of silkworms and stuff. And, yeah. She is in there. Bliss, or as her full shout name is, Blissinobariella, is a woman in her mid-40s. She is thin and wiry. She usually wears like guardian overalls and a sort of like lab smock over top of it that has like stuff in the pockets. It almost looks like she's a doctor of nothing. Her hair is salt and pepper gray. It's usually done in a ponytail. She has large Coke bottom glasses that have like open roses in them, like hippie glasses almost, that she doesn't need.
No one needs hippie glasses, definitely.
Okay, you know what? They did. And, yeah, that's her. She's currently in the garden, working.
Hello, Bliss. How's it going?
Oh! Hey, guys, how are you?
We're doing well.
Are you all ready for Halloween? Do you got costumes set up?
I think we're all a little old for that.
You're never too old for Halloween.
What about
I'm
you?
going as Ronald Reagan. The scariest thing America's ever seen.
Communism.
And then I have a slutty cat costume afterwards.
See, this is why she's only 40. 70-year-old, and this is my slutty cat costume.
I'm gonna make all the squares lose their shit. They'll die.
Square bricks.
Seriously though, do you have anything planned for Halloween? It's Halloween, you know? Halloween.
I think we're going ley line hunting.
Oh, Fyodor's little project. Oh, wait, sorry. What's your shadow name? Out of character?
Magister.
Magister's little project.
This is confusing because there's a character in a different game of
Yeah.
yours that was also called the Magister, but it's not the same PC playing that character.
Yeah, in Exalted, Sam played the Magister, who's a Gatimian.
Yeah.
And Fyodor's appropriated that. Peter's appropriated it.
Like
The
one person
Magister
can.
will remember that.
The Magister will remember this. Halloween's great. It's one of the few times the wise in the city get together to hang out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You guys don't have to come. You know, you're young. You have little experiences to go on. But most of us have done the Halloween bit already.
Is Halloween like a real mystical thing, or is it just a day that...
Halloween's a reflection of something real across the abyss, and the sleepers pick up on it and they emulate it in very small ways. Same with any holiday. Same with any holiday that essentially was made by a corporation or that doesn't have any real bearing on mythology, like Thanksgiving or Christmas or Columbus Day. Just fabricated holidays that don't mean anything. But they reflect something in the background. It's like background chatter.
Interesting.
Yeah. They don't, you know, Columbus Day doesn't really mean Columbus Day. It means something else. It was probably some sort of it was probably some sort of war memorial thing or whatever.
Seems to represent, like, discovery.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what it represents. I mean, just because that's not what Columbus actually is doesn't mean that that's not what the holiday represents.
Okay. Yeah, but Halloween's the same thing. Halloween isn't about... It is about different things, but it's candy. Little kids getting the bejesus spooked out of them. I'm just saying, Columbus Day has about as much legitimacy as your standard Wookiee Life Day.
I'm not saying it's legit, they're saying that's what it would represent.
What they represent is meaningless, but the fact that they happen in patterns or replicate is what makes them have... It lets you track them. The important thing is to shit on Columbus Day, and possibly write in to have it taken out of our calendar rotation.
I don't think it's in,
Here at all, because we
it's
ain't
an American
American.
thing.
I mean, you know, some of you have American citizenships.
Okay. So
Yeah, that'll probably be my night. Go around, do some trick-or-treating. I Sunday school some kids from around the Promenade Dome, so we're gonna go trick-or-treating when the lights start going dim. And then I'll hit some parties, and then I'll gather up with the rest of the Ys. Oh boy.
Where do you meet for that?
There's a special bar we go to for it. We have to book it out a couple months ahead of time. It's in the Promenade Dome. It's in a bad area of town. A lot of shitty people go to it usually. But it's nice. No one goes there.
Well, say we finish up early and want to meet up there. Got an address, or is this invitation only?
I can get you the address. Just a moment. She like, goes over to her purse and like goes through like a date planner. Tears out a page. Just call this number and you'll get directions.
All right.
You'll get
Now, to be clear, you said that you're going to be putting on different costumes throughout the day. Is this a costume party? And don't answer in an ambiguous way to embarrass us when we show up in costume.
It's not a costume party, but everyone there is going to be in a costume.
Okay.
You know, when you get a little bit older, you'll start adopting proper shadow names and personas, and they're basically dressing.
I have like a flower around my hair, I'm wearing Roman style clothing. I mean, I have the merit at level 3. That's the highest it can get, Devin.
She's not being condescending. She's just saying, you know, you'll move into it. People will be in costume, but not, you know, don't go as Egon. She just looks at you guys. It's like, oh. She goes into her purse and takes out like a little ticket book. You guys should go see some movies together. Here you go. She just gives it to Caesar. Just puts it right into his hand.
Oh.
Why Caesar?
He's the one with the least engaged. Go see a show as a treat. For a job well done on Halloween when you're done.
okay.
So, where are you thinking of going for leyline hunting?
Well, I think I roughly
Oh!
yes.
There's a Ghostbusters reference.
Yes.
I didn't get it.
And that's the joke.
And that's why you always leave a note.
I think I've started trying to go into the draw phase. This area will have to probably go underground. Seems to be some note down there.
There might be something down there. I think I know of people who've been scoping out the area, but not in the same way you are. So I think that has promise. Very astute.
Why, thank you.
What about you two? What are your plans for Halloween other than this? Anything special?
Not really. Eartha Kit's probably gonna have a night on town,
Oh,
so
how's she been?
just the cat. And
Getting
Eartha
enough
Kit.
exercise, enough food.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's Halloween. She's a spirit. Make sure to buy her something nice.
Keeps climbing on top of the fridge.
She's like that.
What, has she met the real Eartha Kit and the real Eartha Kit is like that? Because that's what she just implied.
Who can say? She's prompting you to ask about long-term obsessions so she can give you advice on them.
I don't have a long-term obsession yet, so I can't ask
Oh.
questions.
How about everyone's leaving.
Everyone's leaving. That's perfect. This happens, listeners. Every once in a while, everyone will get up from the table and just wander off. Even Kevin and me here. Pausing. Anyway, we're back. Yeah. So, I guess you guys don't have anything else. She gives you guys a due.
Yep.
And she gets back to whatever it is she does.
Okay. Do we make some preparations for this, or should we just go in and see how that goes?
I don't really know what kind of preparations would be needed.
Well, you don't know what we can encounter.
I have to be near the spirit in order to call it, actually. So.
Oh.
Well, I guess we just go in and learn from there.
Alright. So you guys are going to head back to Venture Park.
Yep. There we go.
Didn't realize what.
It was Venture Park.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
That's the joke. Alright, you're in Venture Park. Approximately where Fyodor had detected things by that duck pond. Goose pond. It's a goose pond. There are geese there. Honky.
Why would they do that to us? We were free from the geese down here.
Because Canadians, eh? You need to bring your geese along,
This
didn't
fucking goose-infected dome.
Well, let's burn it to the ground.
They're gonna get violent.
This is afternoonish by the time you guys are done doing whatever it is you do during the day. Like, I don't know, hang out, wash your clothes, go bowling. I'm assuming all these things happened off camera.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you see kids out trick-or-treating. Little kids with, like, ghost sheets over their head and dressed up as skeletons and a Frankenstein and a Star Wars. They're all going about.
That's nice for them.
Alright. So, Fyodor, it's all you. You're an architect. You have unlimited power by being an architect. Find us a way underground.
Okay. So, I guess either I can recast the same spell or just presume that's still around. And I'll send some dosing for it where the ley line goes, roughly.
I just meant because you're an architect, you might know where there's a sewer entrance.
Well, yeah. Go towards where the trail leads and then sewer entrance, yeah.
Alright, so in a city like this, you're looking for a sewer entrance of some kind.
Yeah.
Alright, how would you like to enter in? Because there are many ways you can get in. Do you want to go in through, like, water or just empty maintenance?
Probably through maintenance tunnels, like a civilized person.
Alright, well, there's a maintenance tunnel outside of the park. A couple streets down by a small manufacturing plant. Like, it's a little, like, small block where they have, like, a machine shop and stuff just for, like, stuff people want from the area.
Yeah.
And they have a maintenance duct for the power for the place to keep it intact. It branches off into the main guts.
Yeah.
So, you're in front of the maintenance hatch. It's locked.
I suppose I don't have some architect/maintenance keys here.
Well, there is an architect/maintenance key, and it's called a jack. It's a large steel tool with hydraulics in it that they use to pop the seal and rotate it up.
Okay.
You're not just vampires with super strength this time around.
Nope.
You can't just flush yourselves like you did last time. I mean, you, Nicole, can. It's easier when you're a vampire.
flush yourselves?
Yeah, you're going in through the water tunnels.
Oh.
They're easier to get access to.
Yeah.
Because you're dead.
Okay, we need to get in there somehow.
I think I could use matter, but we should see if we're just strong enough to use it if we cooperate.
Forces, kinetic efficiency. And I can use it to lift a bit more. Basically, I nudge the various forces acting on something. It's fatigue, because the force does the distance, could they jump? So yeah, I think if I use kinetic efficiency for page 141, that might help me nudge it along if I put some muscle to it.
Alright, 141.
Yep.
Kinetic efficiency. Alright, let me pause. We're back. So, after combing through everyone's dots, Nicole's going to use remote control for Matter 1, which allows her to make a mechanical object do its thing. She spent a reach on it being instant, and she spent a reach on it doing more complex tasks as for remote control. So, using high speech and your shadow name as Persephone, you do whatever magic looks like in Mage, which I'm still not that clear on. And the maintenance hatch itself makes a hissing sound as its threads turn. The hydraulics disengage, and it lifts up straight, and then slides, and then like slides over away from the opening, and like it's on like a stem.
Imagine it looks like what the Mage dictates it looks like. Everyone has their
Nimbuses.
Nimbus.
Yeah.
So what does your Nimbus look like?
Your Nimbus is actually only visible to Mage Sight. Just putting that out there. But let me just look up what I had written.
Sure, I'll pause.
It's a Nimbus,
And we're back.
So yeah, like no one's using Mage Sight though, so I don't think that really matters.
That's kind of for the listeners.
Just describe what it looks like.
Okay,
Because
if any of the listeners have Mage Sight
They have
active.
passive mage auras that can easily turn on and become active basically now that you're using magic in front of them. It's simple.
My immediate Nimbus, basically all the shadows lengthen and deepen around the subject of what I'm casting the magic on, and all the sound in the area it suddenly becomes really muted. And there's like a faint whispering on the edges of your hearing that you can't quite make out what they're saying.
Jeez.
Also, because you guys are witnessing my magic, we all get +1 bonus to composure rolls. I don't think I get it. I think only people that witness it get it. But +1 bonus to composure rolls is my Nimbus tilt. It's kind of an acceptance of death, piece of the grave type thing.
Okay.
But the spell's duration is like only a turn, so it's not really relevant.
The Nimbus still lasts for as many turns, or you have potency in the spell. Since I don't think you enhance the potency, therefore you like lasts 1 turn. Something like that.
Remote control's primary factor is indeed potency.
Oh, so then it will be...
Oh, and should the X require a skill roll, treat the potency as its successes. What a neat little tool.
Okay.
You can make a gun shoot someone, and it gets successes equal to your potency on it.
The gun's shot by itself!
The gun's the real killer. And then you just have a vampire with gun fangs.
Guns don't kill people. No, people kill people.
Count Gunula.
Guns.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, you did it.
We opened it.
You guys overcame security for the Shadowrun.
Okay, let's go in.
Yep, there's a ladder down there, and there are the guts of the city.
Perfect.
Down you descend.
Yeah, I'm going to take a flashlight, or... Yeah. Let's go.
When you get down, the under tunnels actually have like fluorescent lighting lining it.
Actually, it lasts for the spell's reach in turns.
Oh, cool.
The potency decides its strength.
Ah.
Okay.
2 turns later, you don't have whatever it is the Nimbus tilted.
Yeah.
Alright, you're down here. It's pretty well lit. It's not wet or damp because there are bundles and bundles of power cables and byway stations down here. And it's a maze.
Okay. I guess let's try to figure out where to go.
Alright, well, since you're far away enough, Peter, why don't you roll another geomancy?
Okay.
Geomancy.
I'll pause it up while that's happening. Alright, so, Fyodor, trying to figure your shit out. You failed the first casting of the Geomancy spell, but because it costs you nothing and there is no possible downside because you don't have Paradox, you just cast it again for free.
Yeah.
And you got 3 successes.
Yeah, and it'll last me a week.
Yeah, until you're just like, I don't want this.
Go away.
I don't want these friends.
Yep.
Alright, well, you've pinpointed exactly where the node is then.
Yeah.
You can lead the gang through there.
I do.
Alright, going through the undercity, the undertunnels, you eventually, there are maps here that show you like where to go, what intersections you're taking, and it shows that where you're going is just a straight line basically into a substation. And this is one of those, the substations, from how Fyodor understands it and can explain to you guys, is the core power comes from the volcanic vent, basically the Atlantis Zero site, and then it travels down like just huge, thick, like complex of cables into the manufacturing domes, where the power load is bounced there, and then redistributed to the other domes. And the substations are basically where large reactors and batteries are kind of like kickstarted, and then their own processes take over, because this actually extends down into past the dome into the floor of the ocean, and it has turbines that extract hydrogen from the water to fuel their own batteries. It's a little backup system.
Cool.
Yeah, which they have to constantly be checked on and maintained so that none of the like seals and like levels break and water floods in.
Water or hydrogen. You don't want this whole thing filling up with hydrogen and exploding.
No, this is non-explosive safe hydrogen.
What mage made this? Abomination.
Yeah, it doesn't extract enough to actually power it on its own, but it's a nice backup in the event of a total power failure, and it gets kicked up by the main engine.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just one of these backup stations.
Cool.
So yeah, you guys turn a corner, it's a straight line, all the doors are open. When you get to the end of the straight line, you are in a cul-de-sac. That the paneling and metalwork here is completely different from what came before. Everything was an off-color beige under fluorescent lights. At the very end of this cul-de-sac, it's all steel with diamond knurling on it. Knurling is when you get those little diamond up things, like on ramps. It's steel with diamond knurling. It has bare hanging emergency lights, and the floor and ceiling doesn't quite match up with it. Like it's just out of sync, and you can see what looks like just a bit of moisture running along the edges.
What, did they run out of the same material?
Okay, I guess I start examining this place.
Is there anything triggering our passive mage site?
Does anyone here have space?
No.
I think I have space. I got space too.
Yeah, your passive mage site's pain.
Okay. How about turn into an active mage site? Space.
Active mage site. Let's go, gang. I better repause. All right, back. So all of you passively understand that something supernatural or wrong is afoot here, but only Fyodor, with space, is able to get this nagging idea that something wrong with space is up. So for Amana, he can activate Mage Sight, and like his active Mage Sight can flick on, and he can add his comprehension of space into his 2 ruling arcana.
Yeah, so I do that. That's
All right.
my mana point.
So then you roll space.
No, this is in space.
Nope, just space.
Space. I'm going to spend willpower.
Do it. Do it.
1 success. 1 success.
Okay. This place you're staring at, this cul-de-sac, is in the place that, like that junction, that transformer should be. But it's not like the transformer was never built here. You're getting the distinct impression that this tunnel's leading somewhere else, and the transformer is still here, just not through this path.
So
Like you can almost see kind of the after image of the transformer in the area, but you can't reach it this way. You have to go a different way.
So like a non-Euclidean space where like two things overlap themselves in the
Yeah,
space.
it's a 4D problem.
Okay. So I guess I try to figure out what would be the other way to get to this thing from somewhere else.
Well, if you cross that threshold into the metal part and turn around, you can still see where they are, but you get the distinct impression that where this place is not Atlantis 1.
Huh.
It feels very cold where you are.
Yeah, well, I guess I let them know that there's some...
And there's animals moving in your peripheral vision. Rats. Lots of them.
Oh. So would this be a verge towards somewhere else that's in the spirit world? Sort of?
How would you determine that?
I guess A prime, because I think prime might be with all those things, and B, if this place leads to some spiritual place that resonates with, I don't know, death or spirits, then probably they could pick up on it. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, supernal vision would help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you try your prime supernal vision, you might be able to isolate. Let me repause again. Okay, we're back. Roll supernal vision.
Okay.
Which is a prime 1 spell.
No,
So same dots as geometry.
Prime 3. Yes, but since I have it as a rope, therefore I have 5 reach.
Oh,
spent.
supernal vision's a rope you have?
Yes.
Cute.
So let's spend on all the things, I suppose. Since it's also a road, I'm going to use a mudra for occult, which I have 3 dots in. Rather spending on 1 plus high speed of 2. And Z.
You have all the dots.
I think mudra just means that's mudras are just the motions you make when you're doing your rote.
No, but
So your rote dice are your mudra dice.
no. Basically, you can use a mudra if you have it as a road. Therefore, you can use your skill as a yantra. So, if I have occult 3, I can use that 3 as a tool to cast the spell.
Oh, you're just saying you're using the rote skill. Okay.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not doing
Okay, roll the dice. Or figure out what the potency of the spell is, because your potency gives you questions.
Yeah.
I thought your rote skill could only be the skills included in your.
We actually went over this. It can be other things.
Yeah.
It's just if it's the ones that your order has, it gives you an extra dot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, which changes everything.
Yeah. Plus, think if you have a road skill, you can use the roads quality roll or what have you. But okay.
So the potency for this is going to what do you got prime at? 3?
3.
So the potency for this will be 3. So
3, yeah.
How many dice do you want to knock off to crank up your questions?
Let's see. How about I knock out 2 more potency for this, and I'll spend a willpower point. And I know I'm going to use my inspired condition, which I got from the previous success, to make
You
it.
did get inspired.
So I get my willpower back, and on 3 successes I get an exceptional success.
Look at that, you're Nicole laundering.
You
Churning, Nicole
Yes.
churning.
you got that condition because of something, so that it
Oh,
exceptional success on a spell, which means you get an arcane beat for resolving it. Just to let you know.
Yes.
Arcane
It's not just
beats.
normal beat, an arcane
Yeah.
beat.
Those are important because you can only spend arcane beats on certain things. Or you can only buy certain things with arcane.
Yep.
We'll get into that listeners a bit.
1 success, 2 success, and 3 success. Exceptional success.
Bing, bing, bing! Jackpot! Nicole turning happens.
Wah-wah. So I
In
guess
reference to your blood power thing. Churning, like CH. Like you're churning a grinder for, XP or whatever.
okay. So I guess I'll take the condition back for myself.
Alright, so Fyodor is magicking at things. Alright, you have, what's the potency of the spell?
5.
Alright, you got 5 questions.
Is this a verge?
It's similar to one.
So domain?
No.
No. Okay.
But that's one question. I'll just
Okay.
count it as one. It's similar to a verge/domain.
Okay.
Or, more accurately, it is a verge, but it's been changed.
Okay. What arcanum is it aligned to mostly? What's the most closest thing to here?
Prime.
Uh-huh. Mm.
Actually, I'm going to change that answer to space, because I just realized what I was doing.
Space. Alright. Okay. What else? What else? I guess. What supernatural being messed with this place with influence? If I know it, if not, then there's a vague.
The vague comprehension you get is what kind of learned person is Fyodor? Does he have science?
Yes.
Oh, an artificial intelligence.
Well, so that's probably the god machine, but we don't know that. Okay, what's its gnosis or power rating? As in, how fucked am I for messing with this place?
This place's power. What are Verges and rated on? What's their scale?
Okay,
Is it like 1 to 5?
I know domains are rated like that, but I guess if it'll be a hollow, then yeah, it has a rating where the mana pools in here and stuff.
Okay, the rating for this place is about 3.
Okay. 3. What was the last thing?
You can also go off script with these questions.
Okay.
Like these are good.
Yeah, guidance here. Like, what has been done with this place? Well,
It's been stolen.
uh-huh. Okay.
Someone has taken the power plant and put it somewhere else. And replaced it with a dead end.
Okay.
That's why the seams don't match up quite right.
Okay. That's super weird.
It's a mystery.
So, is it actually just like a kid start figuring the mystery out?
Everything's a mystery in Mage.
Yeah. With capital M mysteries.
That's right.
Okay. So, I guess
Fyodor comes out of his power coma.
Okay, so I think something took this place and replaced it with whatever this is. It doesn't seem to be quite aligned with this stuff. It's sort of like a verge or a domain, but yeah, it's aligned with space. But some artificial intelligence messed with this place.
Would we even know what that is in the 80s? Like, what's come up that would be about artificial intelligences?
Oh man, artificial intelligences have been written about since like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly common sci-fi term.
I can't do that, Hal.
Terminator to Space Odyssey, the works of Isaac Asimov, Caves of Steel, Foundation, I, Robot. Fun fact: your mentor, her name is a reference to the Isaac Asimov Foundation series. And we're back.
Okay. So. Let's see. If I have that geometric side on, can I still see that there's whether there's any mana here to be had, or is it just
There would be if you could get to it. Like it's here generating mana, but you can't physically get there.
Okay.
Like Fyodor's standing at the end of the cul-de-sac, and he can just jump up and down. And this is exactly where the power transformer is and where the mana would be. And he's not there. You're not there.
Yeah.
It's like plane shift. It's on a phase with.
Or a Photoshop layer, and he's just been put behind the layers.
Yeah.
If I reach into the gauntlet and see if that's been altered.
The gauntlet. Could you give me a bit of a breakdown on the gauntlet from what you know?
It's one of those other layers of the world,
Okay.
like the shadow.
Well, the gauntlet is the barrier between this world and...
Okay, there's a lot of capital terms in Mage that they've stolen or taken from the last edition, and from Old World of Darkness, and from Wraith, and from Exalted. So we definitely need to just check and read what the gauntlet is in this version.
Yeah.
Pause. All right, and we're back. So you are going to punch a hole in the. You're going to do something with the gauntlet to get to the shadow.
Yep.
All right, do the thing. And what are you doing while you're doing it?
All right. Kaiser's going to draw a rune on the wall where it should have entered into the engine, and using that, he's going to take out a bone mirror he has, reflect the rune in it, and cast the incantation.
What is it called?
Reaching.
I mean,
that's the name of the spell. Reaching.
It's just called Oh, man, it's just called Reaching. Get fucked.
I mean, there's a spell of magic just called Shaping, which is also a different.
You open an iris between the physical world and the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, with one reach. And that's what you're doing? You're opening an iris?
Yeah.
So with this...
Do you want to add another reach to add a key?
Yes, probably that would be wise.
With this, because it's a...
Okay, so you get your free reach, which is going to make it cast fast, right?
Yeah.
And then you need to get 2 more reach to crack open the iris and key it.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going to get those 2 reach from?
Using my tool.
Oh, that's... dice.
Those are dice. Getting roads.
You might want to pause for this, because
Okay.
it's going to take a while.
Okay,
One moment, let me... Okay, listeners. So, Kevin is doing that spirit thing to punch a hole through the gauntlet into the spirit realm, into the shadow, the animalistic world where spirits live. Because this place is a verge, it has a gauntlet strength of 0. We put together all the dice stuff, which is a fair amount of bookkeeping when you're new at this. And now Kevin's going to roll some dice.
yeah, and because he's reaching beyond his means, we're going to have some paradox.
Yes, this spell is a paradox dice pool.
But it's
A
only
chance
a
die.
chance die.
One success, Kevin.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Haha.
That makes
Exceptional
it
success.
exceptional.
Yep.
3 successes.
Suck all the dicks, it's an exceptional success.
Now you get inspired so you can fucking farm that shit.
Or you can choose an exceptional success thing. But let me
No,
make sure.
well,
Mother
yeah.
back.
I don't have that book, so...
Oh no, it's in the spellcasting thing I gave you. So, I'm gonna roll paradox.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing happens.
Show your roll results.
So, Kaiser puts runes on the wall next to the Leviathan. Leviathan, Kaiser, puts runes on the wall right next to where the seam happens in, like, I don't know, probably a large gate shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he just puts his hand out, and very quickly, totally not 3 hours, using a bone mirror, those runes start to bend inward and punch through the steel, wall of your underwater city into somewhere else. Cool. The somewhere else isn't quite crossbow at this point. There's an actual, literal, like, sheet of metal iris-looking thing made out of energy over top of it, almost like a closed flower petal.
So Stargate.
Yes, it's a Stargate, because iris, the word iris. You caught my clever fucking symbolism and narrative similarities. You did it.
Yay!
Well, that's
You get-
something.
You get the beat?
You'll get a beat all right.
I'll get the beaten.
Yes, that was also the... It's an onion with you, man.
Captain Obvious.
Alright, so yeah, there is a hole in reality just there, and it's going to last a week.
Oh,
Relax, I can close it if I need to.
okay.
Lock it, rather.
I mean, you can just stop the spell.
I could, but this is a pretty fancy display of magic, so,
Yeah.
There's like a low-grade rumbling sound coming from it, almost like you can hear waves crashing.
Okay, so...
So, like, it's a spiritual hole, not a real hole, though. So, like, we're not going to go out and then I'm going to open it, it's going to be water everywhere.
I mean, spiritual water? I don't know. How does this work?
I'm new.
it just works.
Okay.
Eartha Kid, save us!
Now. It's water, I don't want.
No. She's like, I got you, and so like grabs, starts dragging you, and it's like she's dragging you by the hand, and she just takes your watch. You fucking bitch!
I need the keys for the apartment, darling.
I need your wallet. Give me your pearls, lady. What are you looking for, Kevin?
Nothing special. Just,
Okay, well, the gate is there, and you're in control of it. So, what do you guys do?
try to get this gate open, probably.
You
It's
just-
Iris.
You control it.
Oh, sure.
Because
Yeah.
you have the key. It's like it opens locked.
Yeah, I'll just spin it open then.
You just take out the mirror. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
the iris opens up, and it's a hole to another world just in front of you. There's a vague howling sound coming from the periphery of the gate because it's punching a hole through what's called the gauntlet, and the gauntlet is a maelstrom wall of destruction that keeps the two sides separate.
Well, fuck you,
Low-rate
Wills.
whistling sound.
Well, I guess we should investigate.
It's a mystery.
Kaiser pulls his hood up and kind of reaches his thumbs in, and it causes the dolphin bone mask that's kind of built into the hood to fall over. He just drops that over his face. There's tinted lenses in the eyes.
Sweet.
Ready?
Nice.
It'll ever be.
Well, let's go, I suppose.
You cross the threshold across the gauntlet iris into the shadow. So you're moving like into the wall, but when you come out, you're basically coming out into a mirror version of this tunnel
Okay.
because that's where it leads. So you are standing on interlocking, basically like stained glass metal. Like it's all like interlocked in a pattern, metal plates that have a lot of rectangular kind of geometric shapes to them, like kind of like Tetris or like hooks that are all like hooked together. This place is more roundy and veiny, almost like the inside of coral or the inside of a fractal structure, and it reminds me of an ant tunnel.
Things can get weird and metaphorical in here, so just kind of watch yourself.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
How does this place look? Does it have the generator on here, or?
On one end, there is a collapsed tunnel where the generator would be, and on the other end is where you came from, and there's like hanging low like plant sacks made out of Kevlar and Teflon that have like an eye in them that are just giving off light.
Jeez.
And there's a flapping sound on the ground.
What's in the ground?
The ground has salmon that are just moving their way across the floor like salmon do in water, you know, to like swim across shallow air. And they're made of like metal. Like they have hinges and stuff on them. They're almost like door hinges that are they're also fish-like.
Huh. Seems like the spirit world hasn't caught up to the reality, so it's still kind of oceany, but also kind of man-made.
They're electron spirits.
We don't
I
know
don't
anything about
know what that
this.
means.
Okay.
You're leading this Leviathan.
Well, that one path is collapsed, I guess, so just completely
Yeah.
impassable.
It's full of actual like rocks and sheet metal that have just kind of been thrown together in front of it.
Well, like a barrier rather than a natural collapse. Can I move it at all, or?
I mean, yeah, if you guys put some elbow grease into it, you can probably start moving this stuff all over the way.
Okay, yeah.
Manual
My one
labor.
strength.
I mean, since we're in Twilight, I have some spells that can make whatever weapon deal aggravated damage to things in Twilight. So
We're not in Twilight.
just past the
We're in
Twilight.
the
No,
shadow.
you're in shadow.
What's the difference?
There's a very big difference.
There's a
They're
bunch of differences.
completely different places.
There's like 800 differences.
Twilight is where ghosts live. The shadow is where spirits live.
Twilight is where ethereal beings live. It's the nearby. The shadows. You're in a totally different dimension that mirrors your original world. If that gate goes, you're fucked.
Oh no.
Don't let
No
me
one will
die.
hear you scream.
You'll be trapped here forever.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Let's all hold hands and not lose our travel buddy.
Everyone take a buddy.
Specifically Caesar, the one with the key.
It'd be a real dick move to die down here.
Oh my god.
He's like, give me your soul gems and I'll let you out. It's like, shit. Mage Caesar's evil.
Oh yeah, I'm a Seer of the Throne. Sorry, guys.
Stupid Peter not taking the free power.
What kind of
Free
free power does he
money.
give you?
Free power, they're
Resources.
rich. They're the 1%ers.
I worship the Archon of kicking you repeatedly in the dick.
Mhm.
It's really popular.
So yeah, you're here. Moving stuff out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, you hear something walking down.
Something walking down from behind us?
No, from where the fish were coming from.
Oh, okay.
It's man-shaped. Its arms and legs are made of like simple bones hooked together by hinges. It has a mask on its face. The mask has a keyhole. In the keyhole, there's an eye looking through.
Take it away, Caesar.
Yeah, it sees you guys and it's walking towards you.
Alright, no spirit.
All right. Is that just an attainment or is that a spell?
That's a spell. It's just a first level one.
All right, throw it at it.
Okay.
Gnosis 1, Spirit 3.
So I kind of turn that mirror towards him so I can read what he is in the mirror.
Go
See his
for it.
true self, etc.
The true self. All right, so roll your dice.
Okay.
Because you're going to spend your raise to get, the instant casting.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
So I get 2 die because it's a first level spell and 3
No.
spirit.
You get 1 for Gnosis, 3 because you got Spirit 3.
Okay.
And then whatever yantras you use.
My mirror again.
Do you use some high speech or something to cast
Which
it?
makes it takes an extra turn.
I'm going to use my persona actually because I've got the mask on and everything like that. Leviathan.
Do you have merits in it?
If you don't have merits in it, you actually can't use it as
Oh,
a
really?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the merit
Okay,
does.
never
It
mind.
lets you use your
So-
persona as a power.
For each yantra, after the first one, you also spend a second turn. So if you want to use 2 yantras, you already spend 2 turns. High speech.
Okay, yeah, just use high speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2.
Or, oh yeah, for 2. Yeah, sure.
All right, roll the dice.
Yeah.
What?
Reaches and stuff like that, but it's good enough. Success.
A success. A
Success.
success.
All right, so you get, because the potency defaults to 3,
Uh-huh.
you get 3 questions to ask.
Okay.
What's its name? What's its rank? Manifestations,
You're
Numina.
supposed to have.
How strong are they? What's its banner banes?
What is the spirit's name?
The spirit name is Junction 50.
Okay.
Is that the junction we're looking for?
What's its bane? Or ban, rather.
Its ban is running water.
Okay.
So one left.
What are influences again?
I don't know.
Numina means...
Rank tells you how powerful it is.
Alright, what is its rank?
It is rank of 1. Those fish are rank 0. They're moats.
I have a question.
One moment.
What's
So yeah, it's a Gaffling. It's page rank.
Alright. Are we going?
Yep, we're back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's walking towards you.
Guess I'll approach it. You know what happened to this tunnel over here?
You don't... The keyhole is vibrating. You don't belong here.
I found my way in.
Oh, wait a minute. One moment. We've run into a fun problem.
What's that?
All right. So, right. So, spirits speak their own language, and you speak your own language, but you don't share a language except for high speech, which is the original core thing that all language and means of communication derives from. The problem is they don't map quite well because you don't have a perfect understanding of high speech, even with the merit. You know how to convey concepts across, but they're very limited, and you can understand concepts from him, but they're very limited. So he says, you don't belong here, which Very easy concept to get across to you guys. And your response would be...
Yes, I do.
There's like a clicking sound coming from him, like keychains rattling. You don't know what that might signify, but it doesn't look like he's happy. This is my castle. Or tower.
What of what's behind this, down this hallway? Is this yours?
Junction 50 is me, my tower.
What all is Junction 50?
Junction 50 is me, my tower. Beyond Barrier Lie is Hallowed. Hallowed, stolen, plundered, traded by things.
What if we wanted to return it?
Kind of makes this like body language, agreeable body language thing.
Who stole the Hollow?
Stolen by unknown thing.
We'll find it and return to its proper place, but we need directions. Or pointers.
Place beyond has been traded.
How do we trade back?
Just makes a shrugging motion. This is involuntary shrugging motion.
Find the unknown thing and trade.
We can find a sympathetic connection between this place or that new area.
Who was it traded to? Or who?
Thing don't know.
No.
No word. But when you're like, he has sympathetic connection, it's like, kind of like the keyhole eye kind of is looking around at the floor and like picks up one of those fish and like puts its finger in its mouth and kind of just starts pulling on it and pulls out a, looks like a really warped and swapped around fuse or like a capacitor.
Oh.
And it's just like, kind of just reaches out, puts it on the floor in front of you, backs away.
We can do something with this, definitely.
So pick it up. So I think that's everything we needed, really.
I think so, yeah. Should be enough. We'll
We leave in peace.
leave your tower. We'll bring back the this area.
Just nods and watches you.
Alright, let's leave.
Yeah, spirits hate mages.
Really?
Kind of universally.
Yeah.
Especially when they're in the shadow.
Well, better dealing with mages than with werewolves.
He befriended her with a kid, because now she can live in the real world without wasting away.
Yeah.
Because she feeds off his excess essence.
Feed me, darling. Feed me.
You know, like an emotional vampire. So yeah, I'm gonna lock up that gate once we leave again.
Alright. You guys leave the shadow and go back to the real world. That twisted capacitor turns into a normal serial numbered capacitor with like little black and red bands on it to tell you what ampage you can take and whatnot. Looks like it's a spare part from the generator.
Yeah. Okay. I think I can go from here.
With a proper ritual, we can easily locate
What?
some sort of sympathetic connection where they might have gone.
I mean, yeah, I have those rituals. I know space. Okay, do you want to figure this out now?
Sure. What are you gonna do? You want to pause?
Yeah. Okay.
We're back. We have to unpack this a bit. Okay. So, Peter has a sympathetic connection. What did we say it was? Medium?
Yeah, it was a medium because it didn't
Okay,
came.
so it's a medium connection because it's a replacement part, but he got it from the gauntlet, so it's a little bit better than it would be, because normally it'd be weak, because a replacement part really has no connection to the machine, because it can replace a part for any machine.
Unless they use that part from the machine, then it would be better.
So, because it was gauntlet shenanigans that Kevin provided, we just said that it was a little better. Using that, because he has time, he has an attainment. Attainments are like... He has space. And spells have attainments when you have certain levels of them that give you automatic little upgrades to them. And that attainment is that he can use a sympathetic connection to a thing and destroy it to let him view something... Okay, listen, listeners. There's two types of of sensory range, okay? Of ranges. So there is touch or aimed for targeting a spell, where you touch someone or you throw like a softball at them and that hits them. And the advanced version of that is remote, or is sensory, where if you see them, you can cast a spell on them.
Yep.
And time and space has an attainment that if you have a bit of them, a sympathetic component, and destroy it, you can target them not with your senses, but from remote range.
Yep.
Now, Peter has space too, and he has scrying, so in front of you guys, he opens up a scrying window, like a magic window on the wall, and he's going to scry location, which is the generator, using the sympathetic connection, using space, and it costs him mana. So then Peter rolled a bunch of dice with specific modifiers that don't matter, because whatever, and he got an exceptional success because it's a rote, and only exceptional successes on a 3 instead of a 5.
No, I used my inspired condition.
Used inspired to make it an exceptional success, and then you got an exceptional success, and got inspired back, and a willpower back, but because you exceptional success on the spell, you also got another willpower back.
All the things.
So, long story short, you guys have a window that gives you a widescreen pan that rotates around your central desired object, which is this fucking hydrogen generator.
Yep.
Alright, so you guys are in the tunnel. Peter, with magic, Fyodor, or the Magister, cracks it open, and there's a large widescreen window in front of you that is giving you a television movie theater view of the hydrogen generator. The hydrogen generator is a big, square, blocky affair with like cathode tubes coming out of it, and like giving off a hum, and has like a charge going through its tubes, giving off low blue light. And there's like bits of it that have like water in it that's boiling and like moving through cylinders. The whole thing is covered in a kind of black and gray slime that looks like it's hardened, kind of like a honeycomb, or kind of like things you see in a termite colony.
Kind of like ectoplasm with my death.
It doesn't look like ectoplasm.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like it's been honeycombed or covered in some sort of insect vomit. And the whole thing is plugged into the ceiling of that same kind of knurled steel metal that this cul-de-sac is in. And the energy from the hydrogen generator is going up through this resin and is giving off spider-like golden blue light and heading into a rust-out hole in the ceiling and the floor and spreading further into some sort of colony. And this place is covered in rats. But when Peter or Fyodor or the Magister starts moving the screen around, quote-unquote, these rats are swollen up and have like insectal parts coming out of their skin and stuff. Like the rat body is like a suit they're wearing, and inside there's like some sort of crustacean arachnid.
Can we make any kind of roll to figure out what the shit is going on?
Life.
Life?
Yeah, I have life, and she has life.
All right.
Or is... Actually, what do I know about rat spirits? They get fucking weird.
Rat spirits. I think it warns you about actual rat spirits. They're a problem, darling. A problem. Don't trust rats, or spiders, or owls. Never trust any of them. But these don't look like how she classically described rat spirits, which she probably read Werewolf the Forsaken and gave you a good description of them.
She has those books.
She has those books. Forsaken? Apocalypse? Forsaken.
Forsaken.
Nobody reads apocalypse.
But these look like some sort of insectile living creatures.
Wearing rat skin.
Wearing rats like suits, like in a very in a way that isn't like crude or like the Thing, but in that it looks like it's an actual like camouflage they have over them.
Is it crawfish that do that, where they construct a shell made out of a bunch of pieces and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, certain types of aquatic isopods do that.
Yeah, not even aquatic. Some of them are like riverside or
Like a
lakes.
hermit crab, only with bodies.
Specifically what he's talking about.
So those are definitely a thing. Maybe they're weird down here. Maybe someone's been experimenting. Maybe they're...
So we've got some honeycomb structure and some wax stuff, so it seems to be...
But if you guys have life, I think it's like a life one spell to, crack out the old Pokedex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
That totally is a spell.
Yeah?
Analyze life, it's the first one in the list.
Okay, guys, roll it!
And look, it's within sight.
Yes!
Look what Theodore did.
Species, age, sex, overall health. If it's a supernatural thing, if it's supernatural but still living, unknown creature.
Roll all of your spells. Let's spend all them out.
Alright, I'm going to pause while we figure out the number crunching. Okay, so these things are... okay, so the listeners, these two got successes. Kevin got an exceptional success. He didn't do anything to the spell, but instead he just took a Inspired Condition and an Arcane Beat. So, these creatures are living. They're isopods. They're some sort of like insect crustacean breed. They're all hermaphroditic. Like they all breed amongst like internally and create more of themselves. They are super healthy. They have an amount of physical dots. Like I'm not going to give you specific dots.
Natural?
I'm fucking getting there, Peter.
Okay.
They are currently not sick. They're currently not injured. And they are not. They're not supernatural in like the really obvious sense, but they're cryptids. They're like a throwback species.
Is there a way for this spell to tell me what their habitat would be? So I could think of a way to look for them?
Their habitat would be an Arctic marsh.
Arctic marsh.
Yeah, like a marsh that's starting to freeze over during an ice age.
Which is why it was cold in that other place, I guess.
Oh, it's very cold over there. You can tell just from like condensation and stuff on the knurling. If only someone was an engineer or an architect, though.
If only.
If only.
Why?
Because then they could understand what the setup is.
Because like I have all the skills to make me be an architect. Tell me the answer. Or
Are
tell
you a
me the
self-made
rule.
man, though?
I am a self-made man.
Do you smoke?
No, I'm a hippie. I don't smoke. Cigarettes.
You were almost Ayn Rand,
No, never.
right? Then you should roll your architect skills or your engineer skills.
Which would be crafts, yes?
Yeah.
Crafts plus intelligence.
Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5.
Also, these things, just as a reference, are not vampiric. Like, there's nothing about their ecology that makes them a vampire.
Would we fucking know that vampires
Oh, you took my
exist
dice. Give it back.
as a thing? Or?
1 minute.
I just mean... Okay. That they don't, like, drink blood or, like, whatever.
I got 1 success.
Okay. And did you roll?
I roll, sure.
Craft or engineering?
Science of
Engineering would be would be crafts actually.
Also, because I got an exceptional success, does that mean I get it inspired again, or is that?
Yeah.
Oh, unless you want to take something else.
Unless you want to enhance the spell in some way. Don't bother, Kevin. It's a trap.
I'm gonna take inspired again.
1 success.
All right. You two figure out that this room is like a refrigeration or a cooling room. The best you get is the way Atlantis 1 processes power and keeps things stable. This is probably a heat sink room. Like, it uses refrigeration technology to drag heat out of the area and like keep different parts of the mechanical parts of Atlantis 1 at like near sub-zero temperatures.
So So someone took this thing, placed it somewhere else to incubate and protect its hive of horrible rat-hollowing creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, there's like webs and stuff all over this place where these things are nesting.
Oh. Infestation.
Where in Atlantis 1 are there things like places like that?
Based on you guys knowing that this is nowhere in Atlantis 1, based on his space thing earlier, this would be in one of the outpost stations that are drilled into the shelf.
Okay.
They're connected by bundles of fiber optic cable and power cables and temperature control, like copper tubing and piping, like solid bits of copper that transfer the heat and stuff and diffuse it.
Yeah.
Do we
That have been
want
insulated.
to go there?
Hmm.
And just set it all ablaze?
I mean, what do we do with it though?
I mean, I don't want those things being where I live.
I mean,
Existing.
I don't want them to exist. That
I
is.
mean, they're not where we live. They're elsewhere, outside of the main dome.
Yeah,
so-
but there are like pipes and stuff connecting,
Someone still stole a large part of infrastructure.
Yeah.
and like swapped it around somehow.
Plus, we would know rumors of something that happened in the Russian dome.
Something happened in the Russian dome.
Something was in the water.
I mean, if you listen to the tabloids, and we all know what Kaiser does, something happened. Something was in the water, and there was like strange, like moving, skittering things in people's homes and coming out of the sewers and stuff.
Yeah, those are plastered all over his wall in this version.
Mhm.
Just everywhere.
You won't meet John Carpenter this time.
That's really tragic.
Oh no.
That could have been one of my aspirations.
In every game, meet John Carpenter.
It's a different person every time.
Well, you're well on your way to the mystery. You have the where and you have the what. You don't have the why or the who.
Hmm.
Are there any other W's?
Who, what, when, where, why.
Was
There you
Then
go.
you change the W's to T's, and it is the answers.
So, to transport an entire piece of infrastructure like that from one area to another would require likely some impressive magic.
Yeah, it has to be magic. There's no way they did that physically, so.
So,
Not like this.
what's going on tonight at a Halloween party where there's a large influx of magical people meeting together?
I guess I could cast Supernal Vision to try figuring out any residue from the magic that transported it there.
Oh yeah, let's use
Right.
our mage site.
Because you can try inferring the person's nimbus and stuff like that. And probably contest it, you'll be hiding it.
You did it when you originally were going in. Remember? Like you already did the
Yeah,
roll when I
yeah.
gave you the info.
Oh yeah, so like
And it was
He
space.
used
AI stuff, yeah.
He used Supernal Visage.
Yeah.
I don't know what Supernal Visage is.
Supernal
It's
Vision.
the spell he's talking about.
I'm not talking about spell. I'm talking about mage site. Focus mage site. Because there's normal mage site, which is what you use, and there's focus mage site,
Yeah.
which is like hyper mage site, and lets you have to use magic, you have to use mana to use it and stuff.
We already know it's AI and stuff.
Focus mage site. That's a good idea. I'm gonna pause. All right, we're back. So yeah, it's complicated, and I don't remember what we were saying before we just paused. You guys were going to try and focus mage site it.
Yeah, we're trying to solve the mystery or at least start peeling some layers off of it.
The opacity of this would be like 6,
So,
which reduces all of your dice pools to chance die.
unless we spend willpower, we'll get 1 die.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not do that.
Too hard for us.
You guys still have to find more clues and investigate more things to lower the opacity and start cracking this nugget.
I guess it'll be for the best.
Now, you don't need to solve it all in one night. That's not how mysteries work.
Okay. So, I think that's mostly it for the night.
Well, there's a Halloween party.
Well, yeah. Do you have that prepared?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, let's go
Let's
there.
go. Alrighty, so you guys, you gather up your information, you have the beginnings of a nice little mystery about ley lines, and you leave the sewers.
Yep.
I just have to pause for a sec. And we're back. So, you guys are going to go ahead to, what? What are you doing now with the night?
I guess we're going to the Halloween party.
Yeah, so we'll call up that number she gave us about the address.
A man answers the phone. No.
And we're looking for information about an event tonight. Some kind of... Oh yeah, Bliss. Bliss Center.
Oh, right. The newbies. Okay, here's the instructions. This is how you get here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna just gives you the instructions.
Okay.
So the
Get
iron.
on the B train until the very last thing. Or the K train, actually.
Wow, he was very informative.
We're not going to LaCroix.
No, fucking Ariel showed me that it was the K train. When it transfers this station, then you go here.
Okay. You
And you're like, what are you talking about? Who the fuck's Ariel?
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, I secretly took time as my fourth word.
We all took time. You all asked for it. You take a train to the end, you get down, you cross some streets, you go through some shady areas, like an old plastic surgery clinic and a little corner store and a bank, and there it is, a hole in the wall, like part of a steel foundation for the dome. A bar that just says, The Iron. There's a sign up that says, Wizard Night.
Well, that's subtle.
Are there any markings in the high speed or something?
There's no markings or high speech anywhere.
Oh, okay. Let's go in.
You walk on in. There are about 4 people in this horrible, awful bar. It's a small, wood table, karaoke machine. There's drinks behind the bar. There's a man mixing drinks. I'll get to him in a moment. There's your mentor. Bliss is there. She is dressed up in a a leather black uniform that has gray wool built into it. It looks kind of like a stormtrooper outfit, but it has like a trident, like a psi symbol, patches on her shoulder and stuff. It has pins on it. She's dressed up like a psychic stormtrooper. There's a man with a skull for a face.
Is it red?
No, he's in a black business suit. He's wearing gloves and stuff, and his face, he has dark hair and it's in shadow, and there's an actual human skull under the shadow. No eyes or anything. Just an actual skull that's just coming in out of the shadows.
Skeletor.
Yeah, he is wearing a ring that looks a lot like that Freemason ring, but there is a octopus carved into it.
So he's Red Skull, is what you're
No,
saying.
Nicole. You're not getting the reference. And behind the counter is a man. He's dressed up in silver skin-tight leggings. He's wearing a mesh white shirt. He looks to be on the older side of 40 and has crags over his lines, so he's clearly put up makeup and stuff to make him look younger, and has bleached blonde hair. And his shirt, you can see that his right arm has no skin on it and is completely made of steel and iron that has tubing going through it and clicks and makes whirring sounds. And he's dressed himself up like David Bowie from Space Odyssey. And he's currently making drinks.
So what's the fourth person?
The fourth person is a younger-looking woman. She looks like she might be. She looks like she's Japanese, and she's just a person. She's hanging out with David Bowie.
Cool.
And your sire walks up.
Oh, sire?
Your mentor. You guys made it. How was your Halloween? Did you get candy?
No, not really.
Pumpkin.
Are you still wearing your
coffee.
mask? Your
Oh yeah,
hat thing?
yeah. We we just went for a walk in the park. It was a very quiet night.
My kids were great. We went trick-or-treating, and she has a little pumpkin thing. There's Halloween decorations all over this place, by the way. A lot of vampire Halloween decorations. But she has a little pumpkin trick-or-treat box that here you guys go.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Thanks.
It's candy. It's just candy.
for razor blades.
You have kids?
Listen, I told you I have like
School
some
kids?
preschool, like I have some
Oh.
school kids. I took them trick or treating.
I knew you like preschool people, but then when you said my kids, I thought you meant your
Yeah, my kids. That like school.
That's what
That's the
teachers
thing
say.
teachers say. Like I call you guys my kids. Hey kids. She grabs your cheek.
You're not old enough to be acting like this.
She's over 40, Nicole. You know this to be true.
She's an experienced teacher.
So, I guess I should introduce you to the other Ys here in Atlantis 1.
Sure.
There are two. She points to the Skullface man. That's Spectre. He runs a lot of the crime in the city. And crime-based mysteries.
Oh.
Okay.
And then she goes over to the bar.
I don't even know how to reply to that.
It's like, and that is our good host. He's like, aren't you going to introduce me, darling? His name is Kaleidoscope Comet.
Is it?
Yes, it's a shadow name. He has another name that he goes by in the city, but you don't have to worry about that.
Friendly bartender.
Kaleidoscope.
You are the new awakened, are you?
That we are.
Yeah.
Tell me, what mysteries have you begun to investigate?
I take
See, okay, seriously, because like
Because he was an
we
asshole.
know what he's actually like when he's not
Is
like
he
this.
actually like that,
So
though?
that's the thing. So it's like, so which one is a lie? Is he right now making fun of all of us
I mean-
by pretending to buy into this shit, or is this what he's actually
You
like?
know,
He's just pretending to be an asshole otherwise.
having-
It's a mystery!
Having masks is a thing that mages do.
What?
especially
That doesn't mean
guardians.
there's anything.
That is true. Also, a lot of people use their shadow name as an entirely different character they have to get into the role of, and some mages just use that character as an entirely different personality.
Yeah, but-
Escapism.
You know that he's actually a complete total asshole.
Is it, or is that Michael
So
Ironside,
that's
the
what
fake
I'm
identity?
saying. I'm saying, is he right now making fun of us, or is him being an asshole not really what he's
Do you want to
like,
make it roll?
but like
Or is there a third personality, a secret
there
personality?
probably is.
He's just a
Probably
murderer.
making fun of us all the time.
Don't worry. It doesn't matter. Reality is subjective.
That arm has supernal symbols carved into it.
Ooh.
Like, it's clearly imbued. Like, it's clearly a magical tool. It only has, like, 3 fingers and, like, a thumb that switches sides and stuff as he's shaking and mixing tumblers.
Cool.
Attached to a magical tool.
Oh, Persephone.
So who am I in the company of tonight? They're all smoking, by the way. Everyone in this room is smoking. It's something that I forgot to include in the vampire game because you're afraid of fire, but it's the AIDS. Everyone is smoking.
Wait, that's okay in here? Oh, shit.
Of course! Do whatever you'd like. It's a free country. Under the sea.
Leviathan.
Persephone?
The Magister.
Very good. You all awakened down here. How strange. It's approximately the same time, I hear, from your mentor.
About a month and a half ago, yeah.
Oh. Stranger things. Yeah. Do you want a drink?
Sure.
It's on me. He just starts going through his list. What do you want?
Whiskey on the rocks.
Do you have anything pumpkin flavored?
I do have one thing that I learned from a man from outside the city.
Spits in the glass.
And he goes to start making a drink. He points at you.
The strongest liquor.
I'll give you something appropriate. I don't think... That's not how you want to start this night off.
Just one shot and he's just on the ground like
His strongest liquor is a few scales higher than grain alcohol.
I'm just picturing like, you know, Transformers trashed on the ground is the next scene.
Well, like perfect square colored Optimus Prime. The next scene is a heaping, smoking wreck.
Yes.
Ah.
So yeah, he goes about making your drinks. Spectre sits behind the table looking at you guys. And there's that Japanese woman.
Was
So
she introduced?
who's
Nope.
I was literally about to ask, yeah, to Bliss. So who? Well, actually, Michael. I guess I'm talking to her.
Kaleidoscope Comet.
Kaleidoscope Comet. So who's she?
She's an associate of mine. We do some work here in the city, taking a look at things that don't quite match up. Strange stuff's afoot. Been hearing about people that have been passing out, getting a little under the weather, anemia outbreaks. Not that common in the Canadian dome, but Japan's been having a rash of them. So we just take a look. Anemia? What could cause it? It's a mystery.
I assume that shit's been showing up in the tabloids as well, if it's a big problem down here.
Japanese
boy!
vampires.
Like that weird fucking person in the arcade all the time.
Have you seen that guy? What's wrong with his face?
A few too many rounds with the ugly stick.
Something like that.
So, who's the young lady?
I just...
The Japanese girl?
Yeah, he just explains his associate
Oh.
is.
Oh. I'm sorry, I missed it. I guess I spaced out the alcohol.
Grain alcohol!
So, who's his name, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, he didn't give a name. She kind of just gets up to the bar. She has a drink in her hand that looks red. Another Bloody Mary, please. It's like, you got it. And he goes under the table, grabs a special bottle, and pours that out.
I don't have taste of blood anymore. So
Ah!
Life sight! Life
Yeah, I'm not gonna
sight!
start casting spells in front of everyone. It's not subtle.
Nothing
I
subtle.
mean, sight is subtle. They might pick up your vibrations like a nimbus and stuff.
Can we just tell?
You can call me Ash.
Can we just tell if other people are mages? Is that a thing, or?
She should be pinging our passive mage site if she's anything. Also, if she's a vampire, I'm pretty sure that pings death.
Yeah, unless her nature's being shielded.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Then it's a clash of
Mages
wills.
can,
That's a
like-
clash of wills.
But mages can cloak themselves out and so on, so.
She does not come off as anything supernatural, but your mentors explain what sleepwalkers are.
Okay.
You understand the concept of sleepwalkers, and someone among you three understands it a little clearer than others.
Yeah?
I've known Michael for... I've known... she says Michael, by the way. I've known Kaleidoscope Comet for, like, probably going on 10, 15 years. She looks like she's in her 20s.
Huh. See, like,
So what do you do for a living?
I do work for the Japanese intelligence agencies.
Oh.
Black book stuff. Wet work, a lot of wet work.
oh, because
Pardon?
we're under the sea. Get it?
No.
Wet work.
I mean murder, assassination, government disappearances.
Oh shit, that's quite the thing to admit to.
You're wizards.
Yeah.
Have you heard the name? I just closed my character sheet because I'm going to bed soon.
What, Junction 50? Who's she looking for?
She's looking for that guy, Sam Elliott.
Ah.
Is that his name?
It's not his name.
Sam Crow.
That's also not
Benedict
his name.
Cumberbatch.
That's
Human movies.
Sam Jacobson?
Sam Jacobs, yes. I see it in your sheet.
Have you heard the name Sam Jacobs?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I picked him up. I picked up the name on KGB Chatter about a month ago.
Really?
Yes.
About what?
I never pursued it. It wasn't relevant to what I was working on at the time. Rashomon would know more. Yes, the KGB. The wall only fell not too long ago.
I know him. How is he involved with the KGB?
Oh, they usually like to pick up workers when they're trying to find avenues into the Atlantis One infrastructure.
Oh boy.
Or he could have been gambling, or he could have been owing debts to the wrong person.
Intelligence agency. They stumble upon really weird things sometimes.
You wouldn't believe. You would not believe.
Oh, I would.
Well, thanks for that.
I mean, if you're looking for him, I would suggest investigating the local Freemason chapter.
Oh, was he a Freemason?
Freemasons?
Well, he wasn't a Freemason, but they're a cloistered. But the infection of them here, the current nest of them, have a fair amount of psychics and occultists among them.
Huh. Interesting.
Sam Jacobs was fairly, from the dossier I looked up, he was fairly well known for his work on a lot of the sealing projects, like when they were doing the projects to keep the water out. The specific technology that makes Atlantis 1 work.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Freemasons. Do we know you're a Freemason?
My ring is here.
I mean,
she eyes the ring. He
wears jewelry. That doesn't mean anything to my character.
Well, do you know anything about Freemasons?
No.
No one
Probably
does.
no.
Like, there's no way my character would know anything about that. It's
There's
like,
another symbol because it tends to be shown everywhere.
I don't think I'd even know that. Like, me as Nicole, I might.
Me as Devin didn't know about Freemasons for the longest time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that means something.
It's like the Illuminati or something, right?
It's easy to overlook, I guess.
Bohemian. Yeah.
So probably you don't know about me being a Freemason.
Okay. How would I find Freemasons?
I mean, we're writing the book.
Pardon?
We're writing the book. You know, phone book.
We?
We
So you're
different.
a Freemason.
I mean, yes, isn't it obvious?
How would that, I don't even know what that means. I thought you were an architect. Now you're a mason?
I mean, Mason and architect pretty much work together, you know. We plan and then lay the, you know, the bricks.
I mean, I guess. Okay, so do you know anything about Sam Jacobs?
Do I know anything about Sam Jacobs?
I mean, you worked with him because you were an architect down there.
Yeah. So
He helped with a lot of the treatment and filter baffles that keeps the city from like leaking, and a lot of the self-refreshing seals.
I mean, I've worked with him.
He's one of those he's not a local expert, but he's one of those people that has like the
Specialty.
he's one of those specialized engineers that works on the like self-refreshing seals.
You'd also know that he went missing about 2 months ago.
Yeah, well, I've worked with him a bit. You know, he's a specialist, so he remembers such people. And yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple months.
So, Catherine, you just found out a secret society exists.
Oh, yeah.
It's a secret society of psychics.
So psychics?
I mean, yeah, we're enlightened people.
Let's kind of, adjust your uniform.
Like, no, like, actual magic.
Not like this.
But like,
She puts her fingers to her temples and makes a wow sound.
that's amazing.
Kaleidoscope comet makes like the motion of like his hands next to his head exploding like in Scanners.
Does Ash have a Mason ring?
Not publicly displayed.
Okay.
I don't have one, but she like goes into her like she has like a jacket. She like goes in and pulls out like a mason ring on a chain, and also on that same chain is a ring that has the octopus symbol on it.
What's the other one?
Spectre. Are any of you movie buffs?
Race.
Spectre.
Races his hand.
Do you get the reference?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
James Bond,
Shit, right.
the villain organization.
Yeah, I get it.
They have an octopus is there. She points to Spectre, Mage.
So you're James Bond villains now? What are they? I don't think I've seen these movies.
They're cosplayers.
Fucking
That word doesn't exist.
No, I know.
Pretenders.
Yeah, it's just a fictional evil bad guy team. And
A fictional organization of rich people, world leaders, and off-color leaders of industry who gather together in a secret cabal under an octopus, because when one leg is severed, more will grow in its place, and have their tentacles in every aspect of society, puppeting it from the shadows, because octopuses have the ink cloud around them. Some sort of secret society of shadowy Illuminati
Oh my.
that requires super agents to stop and thwart.
Okay.
And they often have space moon bases and lasers and nuclear subs that can fly. Which just kind of looks over to the Skull Man. Underwater underwater bases with missile silos and frogmen.
Jeez.
Everything in this place is making me uncomfortable. Fucking serial killer right here.
I'm not a serial killer.
I didn't say that on camera,
She sees the look on your face.
but she is.
I'm not a serial killer. I do government work that every government does. If I'm a serial killer, then the person that they hire to perform prison executions is a serial killer.
Yeah. Let's not think about it.
If I'm a serial killer, every soldier is a serial killer. Spoiler alert, she's actually a serial killer.
That's nice.
Yeah, people are just getting together, drinking, trading stories. Just things they've investigated, weird stuff they found. They're looking for people to also trade stories. You want to contribute anything? Anything weird? How you awaken? Stuff like that?
I just want to fuck bed.
So, you want to wrap this?
Ask about the crustaceans and all. Have they seen anything like that?
Alright.
Calls out cats.
I guess we'll wrap then.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys will get 2 beats. We'll wrap up on Halloween night. You guys will hang out here for a bit, get a bit drunk, I guess,
Yeah.
and hang out with the local mages.
Woo!
All 3 other of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good intro with spellcasting. A lot of it was learning reaches, spellcasting, and just how that all works.
Yep.
So, I was Devin,
Kevin.
And Peter.
and this was sponsored by Nobody, signing off.